God, this song is so good. Oh, the rubbing the tummy I can't get over. Hi, my name is Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. We're back with a reaction super fun video plan for today. So if you've been keeping up with my channel, you know that I have been keeping up with the CORTIS comeback that just happened. I'm watching the music videos, I listened to the EP, I watched Studio Tune for REDRED. Now there is a set of videos that I have not watched yet that y'all have actually been asking in the comments for me to watch. So we are watching those today. Today we are doing all of the conceptual performance films that have come out for the CORTIS comeback. So, REDRED, TNT, and ACAI. We're gonna do all three of them in this video. These are performance films, so choreography, dancing. If you have not seen one of my dancer reactions on this channel, I do tend to pause and yap quite a bit. I will say, however, for this video, I'm going to try and keep the yapping to a lesser level in this video and focus also on more of the film aspect of it. I also will be probably not pausing during the REDRED video unless something crazy happens, because I have already broken down the choreography in my Studio Tune reaction, which I can link up here for you. But for TNT and ACAI, this will be the first time I'm seeing the choreography for both. So there will be some pausing and yapping in that, just a forewarning. If that is not something that you like to watch, all fine, won't be offended. There's plenty of other videos on my channel for you to go watch that I don't pause in the middle of. Let me also make this disclaimer while we're here. Everything I say in this video is my opinion. Art is subjective. Just because I like something doesn't mean you have to like it, and vice versa. Everything I say is based off of my own training, what I was taught, my own experiences, my own preferences, thoughts, feelings, so on and so forth. They're still very talented. The world keeps spinning. It's not that deep. They don't care what I have to say. I love to hear opinions either way. So if y'all want to sound off in the comment section, more than welcome to, but let's be respectful. Nothing I say in this video is dogging on them or any other group. Again, purely my opinion. Take it or leave it. If you don't like it, that's fine. It's fine with me. I'm not offended. So with that all being said, let's not waste any more time and get right on into the video. Okay, so I have the videos pulled up in front of me right now. I do not have the captions on. This is focused on the performance, on the video, and everything. I've already heard the songs, seen the lyrics when I did all the listening stuff. I'm super excited. We're going to go in order of release, so we're going to start with REDRED. So that being said, let's just get right on into it. CORTIS REDRED conceptual performance film starting. I love this song so much. Ooh, that perspective is really cool. Wait, this is so cool. I love that we still are really much keeping the vibe from the music video. This is really good already. I love this. This is shot so incredibly well. Okay, I will definitely have to talk about the end of this. Oh, the camera work moving with them is such a nice touch. I love that they're in front of an ACAI building. God, that transition in the choreo is so nice every time. This video is so seamless, but also has like little fun moments in it. God, this is so cool. I'm trying really hard not to pause right now, but I will definitely be going back to this. God, this is so cool. Oh my God, this is shot so incredibly well. Camera work, the editing, the layout of the shots, so good. God, this song is so good. This song has not gotten old. I listen to it so much. Oh, and the aerial shots. God, this is so good. Oh my god. And the stable shot. Oh! This is so good. Oh my god. Wow. I don't know what I was exactly expecting with these conceptual performance films. I loved that. I thought that was so much fun. I'm still really glad that I checked out the Studio Choom for the choreography first, because that was a really good way to see the choreography in a less... It is still Studio Choom, so it is still heavily produced, but in a different way. So I'm glad I still checked out the choreography there. So good. I can't stress enough how much I'm obsessed with this. Some broad strokes before I kind of go back and talk about a few parts. The shots, I really want to know if this was storyboarded or not, because it looks like it is. So when I say storyboarded, if you don't know what I'm referring to, is basically you have frames and like on paper or in like a program on the computer. It's a box, and it's like there's that's your shot in it. So like if it's on paper, you'd like draw it in, or you'd like render it. You take the shot that you want in the box, and then underneath you kind of write details about it, and then you basically do that for every single shot through the entire video. We had to do that for a couple projects in college, because if you don't know, I'm a dancer. My degree is in dance. One of the classes you take at the school is dance for camera. That's not what the class is called, but that's essentially what it is. And you basically learn how choreography for the camera works, and you're producing these video projects and stuff. And one of the requirements for one of the projects was you had to storyboard the entire thing. I hate it so much. Some people love storyboarding, some people hate storyboarding. It has its benefits, it has its downsides, but I'm really interested to see if they storyboarded for this. I would assume they did, purely because a lot of the shots you have to film them in a specific way for the transition to work. It relies a lot on doing it at the actual filming day, as opposed to doing the stuff in post when you're editing it. So they probably did, but it's so good. It transitions so seamlessly. You can tell when whoever's filming, or the director, the camera person, whoever actually has a rough idea of the choreography and has seen the choreography before, because you can decide how the camera moves and how certain shots are based off of what the choreography is doing. It's really hard to get those really unique shots that are really matching the choreography if you don't know the choreography in advance. So like live television program, award shows, a lot of the times it's a little harder when it's impromptu based off the choreography, versus you know when certain things are happening, so you know what the camera should do on those parts to make them look the best. And I love that it's all outside and that they're in streetwear. It's weird, it feels flash mobby, but there's not really anyone else around, so it also like feels a little bit like they just like snuck into like an abandoned area or whatever. I really like it. I want to talk about a couple moments in specific. This section here where you have the two, why is my vocabulary shit today? The two walkways, I guess. I don't know, I feel like there's a word I'm looking for that I can't find. The two walkways on top of each other. It's framed so well, and I didn't like process that that's what was happening until it had already been going for a little bit. I think this shot is so cool. It is so smart. It's really using the location to your advantage, because there's a lot of times also where even if something is storyboarded, going back to the storyboard, you can always get to a facility and have things be different than you would expect, both negatively or positively, and it can change things. Storyboards are oftentimes don't stay exactly what the final cut ends up being. You think of different ideas in the spot, you get prompted by what the actual place you're filming in warrants. I think the shot is so cool, especially because I know what the choreography looks like on like a flat two-dimensional surface, essentially. I love this sequence. It's so good. And that is such a seamless transition. I'm really curious here. I'm gonna be really annoying. I wanna know if they cut or if they had stitched two shots together before. I think they cut. Yes, they cut. That's the switch in the shot here. Okay, so what I was doing, it looks annoying, but I was checking to see if this shot was two shots stitched together, where basically you have the top half of one shot and the bottom half of another. stitched together. So that way it's basically one continuous shot, but it's really 2 shots layered on top of each other. Or if when we do this zoom with the shake into Martin, if that's a cut, and it is, and they mask it out by having the camera wobble and shake because it distorts you and distracts you for a little bit. So it hides the cut really well. So I was going through frame by frame to see if I could find where the cut was. But that is so seamless of a transition that, like, unless you know you're looking for it, you wouldn't see it at all. I think it is so cool. It fits so incredibly well. All of the transitions between the shots feel really seamless. Nothing feels really jarring and very, like, scene, okay, next scene, here we go. Okay, next scene, here we go. It feels like it's very thought through in terms of the sequencing of shots, and I really, really like that. We get a lot of color, but it's like still kind of muted, which creates a really interesting visual. I also love this shot. These shots are just so creative, where having the perspectives messed around. There's been a lot of playing with perspectives in music videos recently, but this is in a different way in terms of none of this is like special effects. It's literally just, okay, we're gonna have James on the upper level here. Okay, you guys go down here, just go down there and do the dance. Anyone could recreate this shot. You could do it with a phone. You don't need fancy editing or fancy camera skills to do this. It's literally just a perspective and then just figuring out where you need to position yourself with the camera. It's super easy. There's a lot of this stuff looks really cool, but actually in reality can be done by anyone on the internet. Obviously there's different levels of like the camera quality and the editing things that you use, but baseline, most of this is stuff anyone can do. A lot of this is really good framing and good camera work and using the facility you have really well, as opposed to like uber fancy editing, really crazy camera work with like a big bolt arm. It's actually incredibly simple, in reality, simple. So I love that. These really wide shots are so interesting. I don't know, I think that shot's just really cool. That's just a me thing. These walking, traveling shots, again, are so simple, so easy to do in terms of like, I could do it, you could do it, but they always just work so incredibly well. And then the whip around, that's literally just you doing this with the camera, and then you go in and post and basically smooth out the edges during the transition when the 2 shots are cut together. And this camera work here, the da 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 da, where the camera moves with them, that's what I was talking about with director or camera operator knows the choreography in some capacity, so they know exactly where those things are planned out. This is also where the storyboarding comes in. And also it can even go down to when the choreography is created. It's a different way to choreograph for stage than for camera, because you can do cool things like this for camera. You can't do that on a stage. That just doesn't work. I would be interested to see where in the process this idea for this kind of camera work came up. This transition too here, it's all just so seamlessly transitioned. And then jump up to land down. This is gonna sound really bad, and I promise I don't mean it this way. It's like those TikTok transitions where people are like, oh, I'm gonna put on my outfit, and they jump and they land and then they're in the new outfit. These things are all incredibly simple in execution, but they're just done extremely well with high quality cameras, and it's a full thought through concept. What makes it cool is it's simple, but it's really effective and really intentional with everything. Those zooms are so good. I really love this section here. Especially because the camera's kind of like not really tracking very well in the earlier parts. This is so good. So why this part specifically is so good is because the section before it, the camera was very bouncy. It wasn't really orienting very well. It felt a little bit where you're like, oh, what's going on? And then you get to this static shot, static meaning not moving. It's literally just here, and then we'll get to like it adjusting with the choreography a little bit. We have a lot of moving shots. We don't have a lot of like full static framed shots. Like this is like someone literally propped a camera up and just like walked away after pressing record. It's so interesting because it's a switch. It's that contrast. I talk about this in choreography, but it applies in a lot of different things. Contrast creates focus, and that's what this is. You're going from a lot of camera movement, bouncy kind of all over the place, to static, hold, and it really creates a nice switch, and it's a different visual, and it's really engaging for the viewer. See, the camera's kind of moving around a little bit, and then now we'll start to move. It's so good. I think this is incredibly well done. And I really like this ending shot because it's kind of on a tilted axis, so it's like you're not supposed to be seeing it, or like if someone like dropped a camera but it was still recording and like this is what you would get. I think this is so cool. I have yapped way more about this than I thought I was going to, but it was more about the film and the editing and that side of things. So we'll get more dance yapping later. Loved that so much, and now I'm so freaking excited to see the next two. This is going to be crazy. Okay, so I have TNT pulled up. That is the next one we are going to get into. Again, no captions. I have not seen the choreography for this. I probably will end up pausing in it. I really don't want to for these, but we shall see. If I have something I really want to get out that I'm afraid I'll forget, then I'll pause, but I think I'm going to try and hold my thoughts to the end. We'll see how that goes though. No promises. TNT conceptual performance film starting now. This is really cool, especially with the kind of vignette we have around the edge of the frame. Oh, this camera works so good with this choreography. I love that this choreography is moving for the entire first section. This choreography still has elements of the casual, very loosely choreographed elements that a lot of CORTIS choreography has. Is this all been one continuous shot? It is so hard to get. Oh, I love that part of the choreography. It is so hard to get one take for dance stuff. It's so hard. Okay. Oh, this is hype. I like that it's so far both of these conceptual choreos have tied back into the original music video. This is a lot of flashing lights. Wow, we are still going on this same shot. So we basically only had 2 shots. This entire video is 2 shots. That's crazy. This is short, so I'm gonna watch it again and pause. That's crazy that this entire performance film is 2 shots. That's insane, I think. This is, okay, so this little bit of choreography where they're just like, they're walking, they're just like, tick, 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 tick. Part of what works really well with it is they're isolating just the head moving. It's more staccato in its texture. It's sharper as opposed to like fluid where they're like this. It's more like click, 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 click. You kind of feel a little goofy doing. There's a lot of elements of choreography and dance that feel strange doing them, but read and translate to the audience so well. I literally was just in a piece when I was at WAD in Dallas a couple weeks ago. There's a couple elements of that piece that on paper you're like, this is a little goofy, but it reads so incredibly well, and that's also kind of what I'm getting from this initial thing where they're like tick, tick. It reads so well. They're doing a good job of switching between textures right after this kind of like head part. they like go here and it gets a little bit more, not necessarily fluid, but it smooths out a little bit, and then it'll switch back to that sharper texture and then it'll smooth out. And those switches and textures is what gives this kind of ebb and flow to the choreography, which makes it really digestible and really interesting. And their energy level is doing a really good job of naturally progressing with the build of the song. You want those things to kind of run one on top of each other. Occasionally it'll do this, which that's a different concept going for, the energy of the song than the kind of energy of the choreo. But that's a very specific choice that's made. But for the most part, you want them to kind of move simultaneously along how they increase and decrease. And they're doing a really good job of that here. I really like that walking with just the shoulders. It's so simple, but so effective. A lot of times people can overcomplicate things. I don't want to say for no reason, but they can just go for the option of doing more as opposed to like, sometimes the better option is to do less and to dial it back a little bit. And those things are so effective. CORTIS is very good about choosing points where you're doing a lot and points where you're really reeling it back in and making it simple. I had mentioned that the kind of signature that's been created for CORTIS choreo is really gonna throw me off. The kind of signature that's been created is there are elements in nearly every choreo that they have that at least I have seen. I haven't seen all of them, I don't think, but for the ones I've seen, where they kind of break from a really strict formulaic choreo into something that's a little more looser. When I say something is loosely choreographed, it's more so like you need to hit this and you need to hit this. How you get there, how you get out of it, how you get between those is up to you. It could also mean they're given a prompt like do slinky movement, make this section really staccato, that kind of thing, where it's technically not fully like a freestyle, but it's also not fully choreographed. It's kind of existing in the gray space, and it can lean either way. That's still like a scale, but they really like using that kind of gray space a lot in their choreo, and it creates this same idea that they're kind of going for, just like 5 friends making music, doing whatever they want kind of vibe that they're going for. It works really well. They also all have a really nice natural bounce and groove in their execution, and that comes from the kind of training they did. I know a little bit about how they went to LA for some training right at debut, before debut, and you can see that natural kind of bounce and groove in the more fundamental side of hip-hop in their execution of the steps. It is also partially in the steps because some of the steps are bounces and grooves, but it's also in their execution of the movement. It's really natural, doesn't feel forced, and that's also what works really well with their kind of brand and image that they're going for. Ooh, I really like that we switch from like the TNT move where they're just like tick, 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 very small, very subtle, into this like big charge forward where you're really throwing the movement away from your body, because it's a shift not only in energy but also texture and also how you use the negative space around your body. The movement before is really closed into your like central line that runs down your body. It's closer. And then when you go to throw it away, the texture changes, the energy changes, but also now you're using the kind of negative space that exists around your body. And so it's a big switch in multiple different things, which makes that switch that much more impactful. I really like this part. The back is so so good. It's another one of those things that's super simple. If you were to doing it like amongst a bunch of like more like intricate, more complex choreography, it's when you get to those movements that are more simple, they're usually repeated a little bit in terms of you do it multiple times in a row. It's usually stuff like that that gets people to go, oh! If you go and watch like the Red Bull freestyle battles, a lot of times when like people are like shocked by something or they really like something, they'll kind of do this and they'll like push in front of the people. That's what that move is. It's so good every time. God, they're just so good. This choreography is really good, but they also are really good, really naturally good dancers, especially in this style. I'm gonna finish it out. When I was talking about the first time I watched it, I love that these conceptual performance films are in the same universe as their music video, because it feels like a unit and a set. They're still unique and different in their own way, but they still feel cohesive and you can still link the two things together, which is really nice, and I really appreciate that they took the time to do that. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I was interested to see kind of what this was going to be like, because the song is on the shorter side. It's more of a like energy building song. So I was interested to see what this is going to be like. I think it's really cool. I'd love to talk about with the actual filming aspects of it, because it's just 2 shots. Filming a dance sequence in 1 take or 2 takes is really hard, especially when you're really wanting to get it super clean, because nobody's perfect, everyone messes up in some capacity. It's really hard to do those kind of things, so I always give props when people do them and when they're done well. I really enjoyed this. It was very hype. I'm super excited to see what Acai has for us. Okay, so I have Acai pulled up. Again, not seen the choreo. I'm going to try and get through it without pausing and then go back and talk about certain things. Let's get into our final conceptual performance film for Acai. The really blown out street light is so interesting. Okay, right out of the gate, this is really interesting because they're filming at a very fancy location, but this looks like it was filmed on a very old camera. But I actually really like it. I like this choreo so far. It's definitely casual, a little odd, but this song and the music video are a little odd, so it works. Oh god, they're so good at dancing. It's really ridiculous. Oh my god. This is so good. Oh my god, that shot's so fun. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god. This video is so good in so many different ways. Oh my god. Okay, I definitely want to go through and just watch this again so I can pause. Oh my god, this choreo is so good! Oh my... This choreo is good and they're just so good. The rubbing the tummy I can't get over. Oh my god. This is amazing. I love this. Oh, oh, I like that each member's kind of getting a little outro. Oh boy. Is it weird to say that they're unserious in the most serious way? I need to rewatch that. I need to. It's only 3 minutes, it's fine. I'm gonna red drink this when I have to go and edit it. It's fine. What was I? Hello! What was I saying earlier about how sometimes the weirdest movements to do are the most effective movements to do? This choreography on paper, if you were to go teach it to someone, like this has happened a couple times, not only when I've taken classes like a student, but also like teaching people, where you get to a move that's a little out of the box, a little more on the creative side. A kid they'll raise their hand, they'll be like, how do I do it and not look stupid? And the answer is always, you just have to commit to it. If you have a goofy little move and you do it halfway because you're embarrassed about it, it looks worse and you're going to look stupid. If you fully commit and do it with so much intention behind it and so much confidence, it works. And that's kind of what I was getting at with the whole, they're so unserious in the most serious way. Because this choreography, this song, a lot of this stuff is so absurd and odd and goofy, but they're taking it so seriously. If someone wanted to roast them, you can't really, because they're taking it so seriously and they're doing it with so much confidence that it would be like, they'd be like, okay, and? So I love that. That's just a through line I know through all the choreography, so I wanted to get it out really fast. Love this so much already. I really like the kind of tempo change right here. All I want is, yeah. You can't see my legs. I just think that's so good because it's a texture change. Because you're switching from this more fluid movement into like a more like bouncy grounded, and you're also getting a nice level change and a tempo change. It's just so good. It's the most simple movements can be the most effective. This is so simple and also kind of stupid. But when you do it with full commitment, it works so well. One thing I also noticed that I want to talk about in the actual video itself, because I had mentioned that it has an interesting kind of filter on it, or it was filmed on like an older camera. It is not like the high quality, high res cameras that we have now. And it works really well actually because the color scheme that they're in and the buildings that they're in and the kind of style they're following is very, correct me if I'm wrong, 70s, I think. Everything is still in that same universe, so it doesn't feel like it's just a bad quality video. It feels like it's intentionally more in that grainy film style because it's more reminiscent of that era in terms of the styling, the set design, color grading, all of those kind of things. That's a really fun choice to do, and it all did end up making a lot of sense. I love this move that they do. We only get a glimpse of it. They're like, it. It's so staccato and very like picture. And that's what makes it so fun, but also makes it odd. That's just my biggest through line with this choreography is it's full of so much weird movement, but because it's fully committed and so serious and so confident, it works. That section, the ga, and then like the tick, 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 I don't know the choreo, but you get what I'm referring to. That section is so good. It rides really well on the kind of bounce and beat that we have in this, especially with the melody line in it. It's just, that part is so good. It's so satisfying to watch. I love it. Their footwork is so smooth, so seamless. It's so good. The tummy rubbing is crazy. I love this shot with the frame in a frame. I think I talked about this in my TXT catch-up. The idea of a frame in a frame. So basically, you have the camera frame, the shot that you're looking at, but then you also have the hallway is another frame. So it's framing within the frame. And it's so interesting, especially because they're taking choreography that moves alongside it. I don't know why this section with the cement walls, this is gonna sound so bad. Please, I don't mean this in a bad way. I don't know why I'm getting the penguins from Madagascar energy from it. But it's fun. I don't think it's a bad thing. I really like it. It's creative. It's what I talked about a little bit in REDRED, using the space you're in to create more interesting, more complex shots. This is another shot that you could do. Literally, there's a hallway right here. I could turn and then put the camera up here and be like, okay, frame in a frame, and recreate essentially what they were doing. And then we have another frame in a frame, lots of frame in a frames in this. This is so good. See, it was this set specifically that was like, oh, it's very 70s. I think it's 70s. Oh, that's gonna be so bad if I'm talking about the wrong decade. With the exposed wood, the greens, the browns, the more neutrals, like Martin's sweater, sweatshirt, whatever you would call that. All very 70s in the style and the coloring and everything. And then with the really fuzzy camera. So good. Ooh, I like that we switched the da-da. It's that contrast of the faster, repetitive, sharper, more kind of muscle-oriented movements to something that like stops and holds and then softens. Is so good. It recaptures attention. It's fun. It's interesting. I love it. Ooh, I love that we switch from because this is the kind of clicky thing I was talking about in Martin's part before, where it goes click, 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 but then it switches into kind of the same groove, but you soften the edges of it into the da, 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 da. And it takes the same movement, but it changes the texture of it. And it's a really nice and really interesting sequence. It's so good. Da, 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 I love that section. And then with the footwork, the da, da, da. Because the feet are going and then the body's like it's like if someone like pulled the shirt, you don't go with the shirt shirt gets pulled and you're kind of left behind. That's kind of what they're doing with this footwork section. They're going feet, you can't see my feet, but I'm going for feet around, for feet around. It's so interesting, and it's a very natural effect on the body that's so good. I love that section so much. We switch to this more minimal, loosely choreographed. I really like these hops over, the hop, 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 hop. Again, you can't see my feet. I'm not gonna get up for this. The little like hops over that they do. Again, something goofy. If you didn't commit to it, you would look stupid, but the full commitment makes it look good. I'm gonna put this face for. Da, 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 da. Oh, it's so good. And their energy levels fit so well with how this song progresses. I love that they actually do this for the ending. The drop down here, they're still kind of moving, so it's a little bit of that really slow movement. I love that because that's kind of what happens in my head when I listen to it. When it gets to this part, it feels, because it's like a drop and then you're kind of like settling and kind of coming out of it really slowly, and that's what the choreography is doing. It's so good. I love that they did that. Again, you have this motif of loosely choreographed moments in the dances that is so them, and it's so good. I really enjoyed that. What I really love about CORTIS and their choreography and routines and stuff that's really refreshing. I'm gonna elaborate on this, so don't freak out right away. There's an element of them that's a little messy. Obviously it's clean, they're in sync, everyone's on the same count, they're doing the same movement, but it still feels like you can see each person's individual style in it, and that they're not being told to kind of blend to each other's styles and do the same thing. And I really love that. Don't get me wrong, I love when things are crisp, clean, picture perfect. It's just a different energy, and for the kind of vibe and brand and image CORTIS wants to create for themselves, that wouldn't fit really well because it feels a little too manufactured, and you want a little bit more of this like messy recklessness almost in it, and that's where it comes in while still feeling really clean and doesn't feel messy in terms of like everyone's all over the place, people aren't doing things on the same counts, people aren't doing the same moves. It still feels like they spent a lot of time working on it and practicing it, but it still feels like 5 individual people. Not a bad thing for either side of those. They're just different. They're different vibes, different energies, they're different images. This works really well with them, and it is really refreshing to see. It's another thing, ties into the original music video, so we still feel like we're in the same universe, which also logistically makes sense. You're already paying and renting out the spaces and they're already there. Might as well double duty getting videos done. So it makes sense, but it also makes it really nice for the viewers because things feel cohesive and it feels like a unit in a set. Like this has felt like 3 sets of videos. I also do really like that even though we have 3 music videos, they all are different. They all feel different. There is not really a way I could confuse each music video. They still feel like they're in the same universe and they still feel very CORTIS, if you will. I loved watching these. They're such incredible dancers. It is insane. Great singers and rappers and producers and all that. That's not my forte. I don't necessarily comment on that. So insanely talented, especially for how freaking young they are. I'm so excited to see where they go, what they get up to in 3 years to come as a group together. I really enjoyed these. I'm so glad I checked these out. They were incredible. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. I had a great time. I yapped a little more than I was anticipating. Hopefully some of it made sense. Hopefully some of it was interesting for y'all. If you want to go check out any of my other CORTIS reactions, they're in the CORTIS playlist that I can link up here for you. I also react to a bunch of other different groups. They each have their own playlist on this channel over the playlist tab if you want to go check any of those out. I also have a playlist called Reactions to Come, which is full of everything that I'm confirmed to be reacting to that has been released. So if there's something that is not in that playlist that you would want me to watch, feel free to drop it down in the comment section below or reply to my post and let me know. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications. Still a lot of releases and comebacks and things coming up, so there is more to see. If you want to go follow me on any other social medias, I will put them both down here. They also linked in the description of this video as well as on my channel page, so if you want to go follow me over there, I would love to have you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching my video and supporting my channel. I will see you guys in the next one. Damn, those were good. Wow, crazy, wild.